Training Tuesday this week. I know as all of us are the time has come to really hunker down on those year-end, fiscal year-end procurements. So we're not going to take up too much of your time, but at least wanted to touch base with you today. Just a programming note, we are not going to be having a Training Tuesday next week because that will be on June 30th, which is the final day of the fiscal year, of course. So rather than wrangle us all together, I think we'll need to utilize that time in other ways. And as an SPO, I'll need to be able to help out other agencies if my agencies are looking good. So monthly BidBuy training recordings from last week. If you received, if you did attend any of the sessions, I did forward all the links. However, this happens quite a bit too. So when I run reports, well, you know what? Actually, I'll talk about that when we get to that slide. Then our little activity today will be a snapshot reporting in BidBuy. It's not going to be the full reporting training, as there's a little glitch in there for right now that's going to be worked out. But there's a quick way to export certain things in BidBuy, and we'll show you how to do that again. We did it maybe last month or a couple months ago, and I think it's a really handy tool. And then we'll have a fun fact of the day. All right, so there will be no Training Tuesday next week due to the fiscal year end. This cracked me up because it's the Grinch, and around fiscal year, sometimes we turn into the Grinch a little bit. So we'll see you in 2 weeks after today, and hopefully you guys have a fantastic fiscal year end. So the monthly BidBuy training recordings are available upon request. So each one of these sessions below, so we had the introduction, the overview, general navigation session. We took a little break, came back, did small purchase under 10, then we did small purchase 10,000 and over, and then we did a release off master training. So each one of those are recorded separately. So each of them are a little less than an hour. And all attendees received a link. Hold on, let me mute somebody. If you attended one of these, you received a link to the recordings, but what happens is if there's a typo in your email or something, when I run the report from WebEx, I get it bounced back to me, and there's a lot of those. So if you attended the recording and did not receive a link the following day, that was a link to 4 different sessions and some training slides and some links that we talked about, just email me and I'll make sure that you get all of that information, okay? And my email is here, david.luttrell@illinois.gov. We'll be looking at posting those, but honestly, I haven't gone back and taken a look at it. So before we post anything, I want to make sure that there weren't any glitches or make sure the training was done the right way. On this day, so our fun fact before we do our snapshot reporting, this kind of makes sense for the June 23rd, 1868. Think about how many times we work on typewriters and keyboards. Christopher Latham Sholes received the patents for an invention he called the typewriter. He also invented the QWERTY keyboard in 1873. So you can see that the QWERTY, the layout of the keyboard that as we know it was invented by Mr. Sholes. And then for our hockey fans, June 23rd, 1953, Zamboni was issued a patent for his ice resurfacer. So for you hockey fans out there, that's for you. So for our BidBuy activity, we're going to do, BidBuy doesn't call it this. I've just kind of dubbed it snapshot reporting. That says recording there. And what it is just a nice, easy way to get a snapshot, I put that in quotes, of what's going on at your agency. So what you can do is you go to advanced search, and really, rather than using the BI, the business intelligence reporting tool, this is a quick way to get some of the information perhaps you might be looking for anyway, and just as an overview. So this is great for your department heads, APOs, or if you're just a procurement person at an agency and you want to be able to see where certain documents are. I know a lot of you guys probably have a separate spreadsheet somewhere that you're kind of a tracker, certainly as we are coming down to fiscal year end, to make sure that nothing falls through the cracks. And this is a nice, easy way to get that same information from BidBuy. So you hit advanced search, select document type. For this instance, we're probably going to be looking at the bid solicitations. You can also use this to do purchase orders or even requisitions to track those. But we first select the document type, bid solicitations. Maybe we want to look at where are all our renewals? That's probably something that's going to be very appropriate for this time of year. You select type code, and as a part of this, you could select anything. So if you're looking for, a department, if for a certain department or a certain location of that department, you could do that. I'm just going to look for renewal. So I'm going to select renewal in the type code, and then I scroll down, I hit search. Now it's going to bring up everything that has a renewal. And then what we're going to do is over on the right-hand side, you can export it out to Excel, CSV, PDF. I'm not sure why you'd want to do a PDF until you actually have, worked through all your information. If you click any of these top headers, it just kind of flips it and organizes it. So if I did organization, so I double click that, it just puts it in alphabetical order. Okay. If I double clicked it again, it would just switch it and go Z to A versus A to Z. So at this point, you can go immediately to your agency if you want, but this is just kind of the big master list. But really, I think what's handy about this is exporting to Excel. I export to Excel by clicking the Excel button over there. I will have our Excel gets downloaded immediately. Looks like it pulls it, makes it pretty small. Make that a little bit bigger so you guys can see. And then now I can, sort by agency or department, right? So let's see, let's go here. I go agency, I go data, put a filter, and then I can filter and select, okay, whatever one we're looking at. DNR. All right, so now here's all my DNR renewals. You could sort by sort or filter. Let's add a filter on, so you can manipulate all your information that you want to right there. Okay, and then at that point you have a good snapshot of today, where are you at? Where are the, are they in the open status? Are they at the approved status? So really what I'm looking at from a department head standpoint or an APO or a procurement person is, once I have my agency, right? So, we pick DNR. So let me get rid of all of them. I pick DNR. Now I'm looking at this status over here. So this is kind of where I'm looking at to make sure, is there aren't any renewals that perhaps, haven't been posted yet. Maybe they're in ready to send status or something like that, because those are the issues that you'd run into, that they need to be posted. And of course, those renewals just need to be posted for 14 days, but they do need to be executed by on or before the day that contract ends, because of course you can't renew a contract that has expired. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach back out to me. I do think that's a pretty cool tool. And then do we have any questions? Like I said, we're going to have a fairly short training this week because I know I don't want to take up too much of your time. And just as a reminder, we will not have a training next Tuesday because that will be the last day of fiscal year end. Did you say, yeah, we have a question. Did you say there was a glitch in the BI reporting? I've been trying to access a report with BEP info and have been having a hard time. Yeah, I went in yesterday and it just kept timing out for me. So I contacted the state user and they were working with Periscope to get it resolved. So if I hear anything, I'll email, or I'll let you guys know and email you out. But I don't know what it is. I'd give you more information if I could. It's just, it kept timing out. It would kind of search and then it'd give me an error that would say, conversation lock after 90 seconds or something. It was just timing out. Do we have any other questions? Okay. Not seeing any. If you think of something later, feel free to reach out to us, cpogs.training@illinois.gov. And once again, if you wanted to receive those, the recordings from the monthly BidBuy training last Wednesday, just reach out to me, david.luttrell@illinois.gov, and I'll make sure to send you those links. Thanks, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Good luck. I know you guys are going to rock fiscal year end, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks.